Hey guys, how's it going? My name is John. I am finishing up my first year in the Doctorate of Physical Therapy program at LOU, and I just wanted to give you guys some tips on staying active during this time, but also to be able to bring your family closer together through this activity. Now, I'm a firm believer that a family that plays together stays together. So, and listen, I know that this can be difficult to come up with different things that are active during this time, especially staying at home. Parents, I know you could be mentally exhausted teaching the kids school stuff or helping them with their homework, teaching them at home. But the experts say that physical activity can do wonders for these types of stresses in our lives. And hey, if it brings the family closer together, then why not try it out? So the time, it's only going to take a few minutes to grab the things that you need, and probably around 20 minutes total. 10 to 20 minutes total, actually. It's fun, it's easy to prepare, and it's a great way to just experience time with the family. So what you're going to need for this routine is you're going to need bowls or plates, your favorite cereal, or maybe you can cut up your favorite fruit into bite-sized pieces, or even break apart your 3-minute ramen noodle into bite-sized pieces. The basic idea is you want something small and bite-sized to eat. 3, you're gonna want a hallway or a space that's at least 10 feet or so. And then lastly, you're gonna want a ball. Preferably a lighter one, like a bouncy ball or a volleyball, but just find a ball that's easy to throw around and catch. So the exercises, this is going to be a routine that's a race against time. Your family will work together, and all you guys together are going to try to finish the whole thing in under 10 minutes. Now, depending on how big or small that your family is, you can choose to decrease that time to 5 minutes and try to beat it in 5 minutes, or have it as long as 15 to 20 minutes. But you set your time and you're trying to beat it together. So the first exercise is going to be push-ups with cereal. So this is where the bowls and the plates and the cereal all come in. You're going to grab a bowl or a plate. Depending on what kind of bowls you have, it can be difficult to get your face to be able to get the cereal in the bowl. So you can also use plates with this as well. But you're going to get one for each family member, a bowl for each family member, or a plate. You're going to count out 10 pieces of cereal. That's right, just 10 pieces. And what the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start your timer. Every time a push-up is done, the family member, or you need to grab the cereal with your mouth, chew it and swallow it, and then do another push-up. Grab some more pieces of cereal, chew it and eat it. A person is done with their push-ups once they have eaten the last piece of their cereal and their mouth is empty and clean. Move on to the next family member, and you repeat this until the whole family finishes, and then you stop the timer. There are a couple adjustments that you can do with this exercise to change the difficulty level. You can change the push-up position to kneeling push-ups to make it a little easier for those that don't have a whole lot of experience doing full push-ups. Or what you can also do, some people have not experienced doing push-ups all the way to the ground. So what you can do is you can elevate the bowl or the plate on a shoebox or on a few textbooks or whatever you can find to bring it up a little more so you don't have to go so far down for the push-up. The next exercise is going to be a crawl, 10 feet. You're going to find an area that you can crawl. What you do is you just walk 10 paces to find out how far you want to crawl, and then you mark the end of that 10 paces with one of the bowls you use for the cereal or with the ball that you picked earlier. You need to mark the end point so everyone knows how far that they're going to be crawling. So every family member will have to crawl those 10 paces, going both to that point and coming back. Make sure you start the timer before you begin this. So there are 3 ways that you can choose to crawl. The first is going to be a bear crawl. This is using just your hands and feet only. You can also stick your butt up into the air a little bit more to make it a little bit easier, but that's the bear crawl. The second is going to be a crab walk. This also you're using your hands and feet only, except you're turned around in the opposite direction from a bear crawl. For some people, this is a little bit easier to do. So the second way that you can do your crawl is a crab walk. The third is going to be the baby crawl. This one you're going to be using your hands, your feet, and your knees. And also, if you have a hard floor, it'd probably be a good idea to strap some pillows to your knees. I personally we will use these pillows to sleep on, so I also cover them with plastic bags before strapping them. Once every family member is finished, then you stop the timer again. And the last one is going to be crunches while passing a ball. So I'm not talking about sit-ups. Sit-ups is when you bring your chest all the way to your knees, and these over the long run can be bad for your lower back. But we don't want to hurt anyone today. So all you really need to do is feel like your shoulder blades back here are coming up off of the floor. Now, if you have no idea what that might feel like, if you come up far enough to see over your knees and pass it to someone, that's as far as you need to go. You don't need to come up very far at all. So how you set up for this is first everyone is going to sit in a circle facing each other, then have everyone lie down with your knees bent. You're going to start the timer. Start off with mom or dad and call out the name of anyone. To pass the ball, do a quick crunch, and then the person you pass to also needs to do a crunch to catch it. Then they call out someone's name to pass it, and it goes on until everyone has caught the ball 10 times. When you catch it, it might be helpful to call out how many times you've had it. Then call someone else's name out. Dad. Once someone has caught it 10 times, they can now stand up, so everybody knows that they've already caught it 10 times. And then the game, this part of the game ends once everyone has caught it 10 times. You stop the timer and you see if you have beaten the time that you set out, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how big your family is. The goal is to be able to beat this time together as a family. So what I would first recommend is for every family to finish this in 10 minutes as a baseline. If you finish it in 9 minutes and 30 seconds, then I'd say that this was a perfect time for you to try to beat. But if you found that you were only about halfway done with the routine when you hit 10 minutes, then maybe extend that time to 20 minutes and try again next time. Another way to adjust this routine to make it more interesting is to have it be a friendly competition. You can have it be free-for-all, where each and everyone is competing against each other and finishing with their own individual time. You can also do teams. So if you have a family of 4, you can do 2v2. If you have a family of 5, you can do 3v2. But what you'll have to do is adjust each of them so that the team with more people does less for each person. So for example, if it's a team of 3 versus a team of 2, the team of 3 might have less than 10 pieces of cereal that they each have to eat. Or maybe they don't have to crawl as far, not 10 paces, but maybe like 6 or 7 paces for the crawling. And then for the sit-ups, maybe they don't have to each catch it 10 times, but maybe they each have to catch it maybe about like 7 times each or 6 times. You just have to adjust it according to how many people are going to be on the larger team. Now, parents with teams, use this opportunity to teach your kids about sportsmanship and how to be a great competitor and how you act whether you win or you lose. So these are the 3 things that I would say to do with any activity to try to adjust it and make it somehow active, or just to be able to be creative and come up with new things to do. So one thing is somehow incorporate food to be a part of your activity. 2 is you can choose whether to make time a factor or not. You can choose to make it a race against time, or maybe next time you can choose to forget about the time and do volume instead. Like maybe you want to try to get 100 passes in for the curl ups or for the crunches or something of that nature. You can choose to make it volume instead of time, and then you can choose to make it a team effort, everybody working together, or you can choose to make it a friendly competition. The main thing is that you just want to make sure it's something that your whole family can have fun doing together. Stay active, guys.